All right, welcome back to Fresno Forward. I'm your host, Brock Tatum, and we've got Tara Hamilton still in the studio with us from Revive Cafe. They're the first and only raw vegan cafe in Fresno, and we really appreciate everything you're doing for everybody in the community. Now, we were talking a little bit about new documentaries and movies that are coming out, and one that you mentioned was Forks Over Knives.
Yes,
and I've never heard of this before, so this is new to me. But can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, we find that a lot of people are interested, like you said, is this a fad, is this a lifestyle? Well, we have Dr. Colin Campbell and Dr. Esselstyn, and Dr. Colin Campbell wrote the China study. He actually geographically mapped cancer and diet and what effect it had for people dwelling in the city who ate larger portions of meat, and it just got released on Netflix. So it's a must-watch. It's very easy to go and get and watch. And the other one is Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. And that one sounds depressing, but it's actually really inspirational. We actually hosted Joe Cross live. He's an Australian.
Oh, really?
And he came down to the Rainbow Ballroom, and he gave us a free question and answer session. It was absolutely phenomenal. This guy lost 100 pounds. Juicing for 60 days. It was just absolutely phenomenal. So both of these movies show you how a plant-based diet, which means most Americans are eating about 5% fruits and vegetables. The other 95% is meat, dairy, and garbage. And if we take that 5%, we increase it to a more respectable 70%, how our health is affected.
Yeah. I've noticed over the last year, I tried to eat healthy before, but I didn't take it. I didn't really grasp the whole concept of the raw food. But over the last year, I've been getting into with some friends, and I mean, I've lost 20 to 30 pounds just this last year, just from changing my diet. So I mean, I can appreciate that, and I mean, you can just see it every day and how you feel, and the money you spend. Really, you spend less money, eating.
I think you do.
way.
A lot of people, when they first go, they're in shock. I know when I went raw, I was in shock because I used to shop at Costco quite a bit and try to buy their organic carrots and the things they had. And then I went to this raw food diet, and it's like restocking your pantry. We always have ketchup and mayonnaise and things like that. So when you go raw, then you need basics such as, nuts and things that we don't usually keep around the house. So you might get a little bit of sticker shock at first, and then the first few days that you go raw, your stomach's producing a lot of acid to digest cooked food.
Okay.
And so it's just wonking through your raw food because it's not cooked, and then you feel hungry a lot. But after about the third day, then your stomach clues in and says, you know what?
Okay.
They're not feeding me all this cooked food. It's a more alkaline diet, stops producing that acid, and now I eat half as much food. So if my organic food costs me twice as much money, but I eat half as much, then I'm at the same way, same budget, but I weigh less.
Right.
Like you.
Healthier.
You feel better. You eat less. You're not obsessed with food all the time. Like that's what it was with Atkins. Okay, well, I eat just meat.
Exactly.
I can't do this. I can't do that.
Right.
It's wonderful. On the raw food diet, I get to eat as much as I want until I'm full, and I don't have to worry about my weight.
Yeah, that's great. Now, you were saying before a story about somebody who had maybe beat diabetes or cured it themselves through, a raw food.
Yes, there's
regimen.
a movie called Simply Raw, Raw for 30, and it teaches you how to cure diabetes on a raw food diet. And so we have challengers that have tried it, and really significant changes to diabetes, especially type 2. It's totally curable. Your body isn't producing enough insulin to break down the food that you're eating. But if you were to start changing the food that you're eating so that it doesn't have to produce as much insulin to break that down, then your body starts getting balanced. For example, I was bald here, since I was 17.
Okay.
My hair's growing back. So seriously,
So there's hope for some of those people
there's
out there.
hope for a lot of things.
All
If
right.
our body isn't functioning right, it will start to do it again. And so, like I said, my hair's growing back. Your body will start producing more insulin. These things will happen.
Okay. All right. Is there anything, you got about a minute and a half left. Is there anything you want to throw out there for everybody?
I do. What I really want to tell people is that you're living in Fresno, and we live in the basket of the entire United States. There is no excuse for us not eating more fruits and vegetables, but there is a problem with accessibility. Even though it's all grown all around us, we don't really see a whole lot of farm stands. We don't see the kind of thing that we do in New York and other places like that. Well, take advantage of the fact that you live here. Don't think, well, I don't like to worry about things like that. This is your life, right? And there's a very direct way of dying, which is a lot easier than going through and eating junk food. So eat well, It's good for you. It's good for your children. It makes a long-lasting impact, and it's fun.
Yeah.
It really is fun to make healthy recipes in the kitchen and to feel great. It's fantastic.
And you get to try new stuff that you never even knew existed before. So it's like a whole new, a food menu really
Yes.
is opened up.
And don't have a preconception that you don't like certain things. If you try them raw and organic in their natural state, they have such a wonderful flavor that you'll be shocked at how many things you thought you didn't like,
Right.
you do like. We have a seasonal dessert every day, and so we've been having a lot of persimmons. And we have the apple persimmons. And a lot of people are like, well, I don't know, I've never eaten a persimmon. And they eat it, and they're just in love. I mean, what is there not to like? It's a cross between an apple and a mango. It's the most wonderful fruit in the world. But I remember eating a baking persimmon. They're soft, and they're mushy, and they're gross and kind of
Right,
starchy,
right.
So don't let the grocery store fruit make you think that you don't like something.
Exactly. Okay. Great. Thank you, Tara, for coming in here. Once again, everybody, Revive Cafe. Check out organicfresno.com. And Tara, just keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing, and Fresno really appreciates it.
Thanks, and we appreciate the community support.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week here on Fresno Forward.